we are definitely jumping in here. Tamarra had texted yesterday, seen a video that we had put out with Jill, our rep in LA, and it was very similar in nature from the standpoint of we want to have conversation. We have some things that we want to just discuss, and why not do it on camera and record. Tamarra has prepared a couple of questions. We're freestyling here. We're going to go back and forth. We're going to have a little bit of fun. So Tamarra,
super excited.
Wherever you want to jump in, let's
Okay, I'm jumping in, boss.
All right.
Okay, here we go. Boss mode. Entrepreneurship, everybody talks about it. We all want it, but is it always glamorous? Probably not. You definitely present it as a glamorous world. I'd like to know, can you share a failure or a setback that ended up becoming one of your greatest lessons?
Ooh, man. Okay, so we talked that this was all going to be off the cuff, so I am going a bit off of the cuff here.
Oh, I love it.
I will say this actually fairly recently, within the last couple of years, we had a former employee who quit and then ended coming back and suing, and so I never even really talked about it and just handled it with attorneys. And so while it was, anytime someone quits, it's painful. It feels like I let them down and didn't provide the environment to thrive. And so I take it somewhat personally. I probably shouldn't at this point, but it hurts. And you know, we're so close to people that we work with that was impactful. And then to come back several months later and sue for, you know, what I would consider to be a less than substantial, if not erroneous allegation. So anyway, it worked out. That was where it was, when you get served paperwork, just completely,
that would sting.
Completely off or unknowingly blindsided. And then you realize, like, hey, this person left on their own regard and then came back and whatever happened. So that is a very, those are difficult times being an entrepreneur, and you're just like, oh, man, the grind. But what ended up transpiring from it was a level of organization and discipline around how we operate certain things in the business. I can't get into too many details, and it doesn't really matter. But what was, you know, again, one of those tough times as an entrepreneur where you're like, I feel personally disrespected, and I feel business-wise to you know, got kicked in the shin. And then, you know, turning that around, taking care of it, first of all, making sure that you minimize or eliminate the legal component of it. But then making sure that you learn from that and make the business better.
Yeah.
So taking a bad situation, getting over it as quickly as possible, and then turning it into something that you can learn and grow from.
Yeah, totally. And I know that must have stung.
It stung on multiple different
ways. You're like
ways.
me, we do take things personally, which is a good thing.
Yeah,
because,
but I think
because we're passionate about what we do and the
this
people.
Is part of our life. And you know, the relationships that you have in business are personal, and as much as we try to compartmentalize, it just is, it's a reality. You know, your clients become friends, the people you work with, you know, their families, and it is just more than we're robots just walking around.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I'm sorry, boss, that happened.
That's all right.
And you definitely kept that under lip because I wasn't aware.
Got to keep smiling through it all. Yeah.
Yep. Okay. What leadership principle has had the biggest impact on New Venture Escrow's culture and success?
Oh, I love this because I had worked in a previous escrow company and the culture was really bad.
Yeah.
Meaning it was a company I had acquired. So I'm acquiring a lot of the dynamics and leadership, and it wasn't, I hadn't really gotten there yet. And it was my first experience in escrow. And I realized then that was absolutely not, if anyone has ever worked in a bad scenario or bad culture or bad leadership, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And it is, I would never want to do that again. And I want to get out as quickly as possible.
Been there, yes.
Right? Everyone,
never want to go back.
Yeah, you never want to go back. So to spin that, New Venture was originated or thought of originally that I wanted to create this competitive team type of atmosphere and really focus on people that were driven, people that were, you know, kind of like that no asshole rule, but talk about it. Meaning we're in the people business. I want to talk about what's important. So having these core pillars of a set of guidelines and standards that we're not going to sit at the kitchen and gossip, and we're not going to, you know, I always say, don't bring me a bunch of problems.
Right.
I have a very short fuse when it comes to that. I want to deal with real problems, and I don't want to deal with, oh, hey, Sally didn't say hi at the water cooler, or, you know, someone looked at me the wrong way. No, we're gonna deal with real business stuff and grow the business as such. So we're gonna create a professional environment It's going to be ultra positive. We're going to be solutions oriented.
Yeah.
And I think it starts with me, but it has to permeate through the entire organization. And if you can create a culture of such with standards and a lot of people that believe in that, and they start to behave in a way that is conducive to that type of culture, then it starts to happen without you. Now I'm so much less a part of the culture, and the culture is the culture. And I am so grateful for that, because if you've ever been in a bad one, you don't ever want to go back. And if you've been in a good one, you don't ever want to leave.
And that's exactly where we're at.
That's it. All right, I like it.
So anyway, with that said, you absolutely, it starts, they say Schmidt rolls downhill. Well, diamonds do too. And you've been the diamond for sure. I mean, the culture started with you 100%.
Thank you.
But I do agree, just watching the short growth that I've been here, the culture it's permeated throughout.
Well, let me ask you, because this is a back and forth. This is not my interview, but I have a question for you. So what are some things, because I've been at New Venture now for 15, this is our 16th year. What are some things that you either see on the outside in the other escrow companies, or something that you've witnessed that's just different here? Or maybe a couple of things. Just give me some ideas to.
So many things.
Sometimes you can't see the forest through the trees. So I'm like, I live in this la land of a great culture. What else is either experience that you've had that is like, I don't want to go back to that, or you see or hear from the outside, or things that you like about New Venture that are like, this is just different?
Yeah, 100%, this is different. And speaking to so many different people in the industry too, I already know there's nothing else out there like New Venture. And I can say that wholeheartedly and confidently, not because I'm your sales rep, but biggest thing for me, I've worked in the in-house of escrow. I've worked where it was title owned, broker owned. So you get a little bit of totally different feel. I would 100% say, besides the positive culture you've created, just our transparency. It's truly a transparent company. And when you get into the transaction, you're really transparent with New Venture. I feel like we definitely give attention. Our EOs give attention to both sides. It's not one-sided.
Yeah.
When I worked with the other escrow company, it was very driven to listing agents only, totally just ignoring the other side of the transaction. And I hear that a lot, actually. So that's one thing that I love, and I'll never go back to.
One thing that, as you're talking, it brings up for me, specific to you, and I want to give you a shout out, and not just because we're talking on camera, but because I just genuinely believe this, and it's something that I've recognized about you from day one. But it's never an act. It's very genuine. You have this energy about you where you light up a room, and it's super genuine. You ask really good questions. You care deeply, and it's just a whole energy. So I'm a big energy person. I love positive energy, but I like it when it's genuine and it's not fake, and you just have this aura about you that makes people want to be around you, and it truly is genuine. I know when you text yesterday and we were able to put this together for today, I was really excited to do it because we're all moving, and we're all busy and so forth, and so sitting down is great. We don't do it quite enough, but we see each other in passing and on the phone and in meetings. But you have been here 4 years now?
No, 5. I think.
5 years.
I don't even know.
I know, 4 or 5 years. Man, let's just say 5. I like it. It's a good
number.
It's a good milestone. But I've learned a lot from you, and I just want to say I respect it, I appreciate it, and it impacts more people than not just in the organization but beyond. And that's a kudos to you. I love that.
Wow, you're gonna make me cry. Thank you.
Yeah, I love that.
I appreciate that.
Thank you.
Genuine. Thank you. I love it.
So, and in sales, if anyone is in sales listening to this, again, sometimes you do have to fake it, and that is true. Like, no one in sales can walk in as a grump,
right?
And I'm sure there's certain times, even when I'm around, you're just like, hey, I gotta get through whatever this season or period is. But you're able to do so in a way that just still feels really kind and genuine. And I think for all of us, it's a good lesson. One that I think you help inspire and teach a lot of us. And I'm really, like I said, I think this is something that, anyone listening, that if you can be a part of Tamarra's ecosystem or be part of her sphere,
my aloha spirit system,
you elevate the energy and the group that is it's really impressive, and it's something that you want to be around.
I love you. Thank you for that. And I want to be around you because you do the same. But genuinely, I think it's about love. I know that sounds so cliche and silly, but I genuinely love people.
Yeah.
So it starts with that, and I love culture.
Yeah.
all cultures. So I love to, and you've traveled around the world. You love seeing different things. So I know you must have some sort of love for it. But
Yes.
I think it starts with that, right? Like
Yeah.
you gotta have a love for people, even for the assholes. Now that doesn't mean I want to work with them.
Mm-hmm.
We get to a point in our business where you kind of get to choose who you work with.
That's right.
I'm feeling like I'm to that point where it's like, you know what? We don't really mesh very well. We don't have to work together.
You know, you didn't ask for this.
Okay.
And I'm volunteering now because we were talking a little bit off camera, not anything to do with this sit down, but I want you to talk to your growth in sales from a mindset perspective. And if you don't go to where I want you to go, I'm going to
I know you're going to take me there.
I'm going to call it out because every one of us can learn something from this answer. And again, go wherever you want, but if you don't hit the point that I'm trying to get to.
Yeah, so what's the original question again?
Is from a sales perspective, 5 years ago, you started at New Venture, and there was a mindset and a checklist of things that you enjoyed doing and a way of doing business that you were so passionate about and you were so convinced was the way. So how were you able to open your mind, be curious, listen, understand, like, how did that all work? And then where was that? How did you change that? Because a lot of people don't change. And then where are you today? It's
I love it.
Long question,
I know where you're going with this.
Yeah.
So I came from a background of knowing the inside of escrow, right? I've never seen myself as a quote sales. I don't sell ice to Eskimos. It's not my thing. I want to bring value. That's always been my thing, right? So I came from a place where I was working behind I was assisting the escrow office. I was in the weeds. This is where you want to go.
Yes,
and so part of me was, okay, I have a knowledge. I have the ins and outs of escrow. So when I'm talking to these agents, I can truly explain the process and how it all works. And, and there's a lot of time involved in that, right? He's like,
Yes.
So the question you're asking, or the answer to that is, I took my business from being too far into the weeds to a business that's bringing value to these relationships that are building their business. And it's not always escrow related. 100%. In fact, I would say I'm just throwing a number out there. 75% of it has nothing to do with escrow.
Yeah.
And it has everything to do with the relationship and building their business, helping them build their business with our tools and our products and my knowledge from the past. Yes, but I do not get into the weeds like I used to.
Yes. One of Tamarra's first requests as a sales rep was, I absolutely need access to the escrow software so I can see where every single escrow is every single day. It's part of my process. And I say that tongue in cheek now, and we can laugh about it now. But in the beginning, it was a point of contention between how I knew things had to get done and the way that you believed that things had to get done. And both of them can be true, but to genuinely scale to the point where we needed you to, and also to where you were capable of without you even recognizing or knowing it at that point, was really impressive. Because there are people that hit glass ceilings and they stay there because they're unwilling or uncurious to actually make some changes. And so, I do love the curiosity and the ability to take, some coaching moments and
I love that you say, because that's one thing I've always been told. I am coachable for sure.
Yes.
I just needed to kind of be sold on it.
Yeah.
And I think I started to see it and other successful reps that you've worked with, and I'm like, oh wow, they don't even talk about that.
Yeah. So we do laugh about it now, but I do think, like, for myself too, just like genuinely, I've been using this term a lot lately, is looking at things through a prism and different angles and thinking about things differently. And AI has really sparked this because the Q&A and the back and forth with these models and being curious and then questioning what you're getting in
the devil's
response.
advocate, right, on everything.
And you're just thinking and then iterating and constantly evaluating and just making sure you're taking steps and not overanalyzing, taking steps, but also not being so committed to a direction to where you can't pivot a little bit, adjust things a little bit, ask questions, and have that curiosity. So anyway, kudos to you. I'm wanting to let you know we were having that talk off camera, and I was like, you know what?
I'm laughing about it because you're right. It was a new way to look at business, a new way to look at sales. Like I said, real estate's been my background, everything real estate, but I never thought of it as sales. I don't even like the word, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I agree. It does have an interesting conversation.
I call myself your escrow and real estate business partner, meaning it's all real estate, right? It's
Yeah.
not salesy. That's just not who I am. But the reality
Yeah.
is we're not.
Yeah.
We're connectors.
Yeah, we're connectors.
And being
and if we
able
do a
to-
good job, we're asking a lot of questions.
Yes.
Our one of the objectives in sales, specifically at New Venture, is to ask so many questions, no matter what area of the business or how much business or what your particular ways of doing business as an agent or a brokerage
Yes.
or a team, that if we ask enough questions, we're going to be able to identify certain areas that our resources could help, or
Absolutely.
maybe not even help is the right word, but they can impact or platform for future growth, where having that
100%.
team, having the ability to talk through some of that in a, other professionals that are in the industry trying to do the same thing, I think is really powerful.
It's so powerful.
Yeah.
One of our newest hires that we've had, just having her go to our own sales meeting and hear the collaboration, right, and the struggles and who found that resolution. It is so powerful, Casey, that we create that kind of culture. So anyone that comes on board, they're always in awe of that. I don't know if you've ever noticed, but people are always like, it's so refreshing to have a space where we can pour it all out and get some resolution right then and there. So yeah, I love that about us.
So I am if I do nothing else at the company, I am the chief recruiter.
Yeah.
And one of the things that I have in every single interview is this talk of collaboration and teamwork. Because if I sense any level of selfishness, and again, top producers, some top producers come across that way, but if they, at the core of who they are, is me, and only me, that's where it's just not going to work, and it's going to be impactful in a negative way to the organization. So that's why I love the interview process, because I'm really trying to dig into, can you share a deal? Can you work on something that's not going to directly impact you? Can you collaborate and share your time with someone in a resource and try to help someone get better? It's like this constant team of collaboration and communication.
You know what? I think you just landed it for me as to what the core is that you've created here at New Venture. And that is it. It's collaboration. I mean, that is the core of, I really think that's what I'm hearing. I've never really heard it that way, but I think you've created that ecosystem of collaboration. You don't even allow us to come to you with any drama about, it's my deal, or I worked with that person. He won't let you, not having it. So you better, if you can't share.
I do interview a lot, and I do hear, some of our competitors, I won't name names, but no, some of our competitors do have there's infighting.
Yes.
And that infighting that's a tough one. That's a tough one. I don't have a high tolerance for. You're right. So I have in 16 years, I have dealt with, I want to say less than 5. It's probably closer to 3, like infighting of somebody arguing over a deal. And that was so many years ago. I think it is a testament to who our team is. And it is also like, I have a script in my interviewing process that I'm like, if you bring me a fucking issue about, it's your deal or your agent or relationship, and it's not extending the olive branch with each other, then that's going to be it's going to be met with okay, let's sit down and be prepared.
Hey, all I can say is there's more power in 2 than 1. So you might as well just work together.
That's right.
Right? Get over the mindset. Okay, I got another question.
Okay.
You've built a company that's continued to grow. What are some of the biggest lessons you've learned about hiring, which we probably may have already covered this, the right people and building a winning team? Okay,
I just talked about the right people and the mindset of the right person, and asking questions in the beginning and giving them clear, I don't want to say guidelines, but some of the important things that I believe in and how we're building a culture, a team, and a business moving forward. What I do want to say, one of my biggest weaknesses, and I told you this earlier, was that I am really slow to fire. And so while it does create good cultures that people know, like, okay, you're going to get every chance and opportunity, and I think that has an impact on culture, it also is not necessarily the right business decision sometimes for both the company and the person. And so I do have this internal battle with myself. And I think the one way around that, or one way to help with that, is to have other people in the room, meaning leadership, that can feel comfortable and does feel comfortable questioning what maybe is not a strength for me.
Yes.
And so that, I mean, for me is
100%.
something that I've recognized
I'm
about
going to give you
myself.
kudos to that.
All right. Thank
You've done the right thing there.
Thank you.
Okay, when people hear the name Casey LeBlanc, 20 years from now, what do you hope they remember? Not about the business you built, but about the life you lived and the impact you made.
Whoa.
That's deep.
That is a great, great question. Okay. Well, a few things that come to mind right off the bat. One is I would love if I would be remembered or talked about when I'm not around as someone who was extremely positive in their life and made an impact, made them feel good and valued, that I was, caring and considerate. I also want anyone, like from a work perspective, but also just people that are in my sphere, to feel like I helped elevate them and help them recognize and hopefully even achieve certain levels that maybe they didn't even know they were capable of. Just this constant idea of, improvement and getting better. So one thing that I'll say, and I've been thinking about this a lot, I have this person in my life that has a ton of potential and is significantly less than where that potential is. And it's this gap of what I know they're capable of and where they're currently at. And I see them where they're currently at, and there's almost zero drive to hit this ability and that they really have. And I think about that, and it frustrates me, right? Like it just like the relationship is flatlining because I see this as someone.
Want to shake them up.
Yeah, I want to shake them. I want to, quote unquote, change them. And I believe that it's that way because I struggle that with myself. Is that no matter what I'm doing in my life, it's like,
enough,
what's
right?
the answer? It's more, right? And not to the point where it's too much, but for me, it's like, okay, I want to seize every moment. I want to take whatever God-given ability that I have, and I want to maximize that and do something with it. And so I am constantly striving for the best that I'm capable of. So I'm competing with myself, and I want others to do that as well. And so I hope at some level in any relationship that I have that I'm able to do that in a way where people feel that it was supportive and positive.
I love that. Well, we all know you give tons of positivity.
Thank you.
So yeah, someone that actually I'm going to bring it up. Do you remember Sunny?
Oh,
Agent, fun, full of
yes.
the dancer, the singer,
Yes.
funny Sunny,
Of
right?
course.
Funny Sunny.
Yeah.
He loves you. He says to me the other day, he calls me out of the blue, T, do you know, with his accent, you do not know what you have. You have something special. And I go, where is this coming from? He goes, I think about how you don't know what you don't know. Like they see something in you. Like you talked about auras and, like this energy or whatever. And that there's so much more I could do if I believed it.
Yes.
What does that mean? It's like, I've heard that so much, but what does that really mean?
Yeah.
And I do. I think that the part of it is, I don't know. What is it? Is it the confidence? Is it you need somebody to share something you're missing? What am I missing? What do I do? I don't know. I don't know what to do with that.
Well, I think
it's a compliment. It's a great compliment.
You answered
but
part
it's
of
like,
it.
What do I do with it?
You answered part of it. I do believe that confidence is something that isn't talked about nearly enough, especially in sales, but in all aspects of life, is that when we're operating from a level of self-confidence and self-worth, we are able to do so many more things. So when I talk about what people are capable of, having a core belief in themselves, no matter what's going on in the outside world, like genuinely saying, my 2 feet are planted here, they're exactly where they're supposed to be, and whatever's going to happen is going to happen, and that's exactly what's supposed to happen. The level of confidence that goes into that, I think, is deeply important, and one in which the surrounding folks and environment that they're in is very, very important, and something that people should pay attention to is, who am I around? What environment am I in? Is that creating a level of confidence for myself? And if it's not, do something. And we are hiring. So if you're not,
I love that. Yeah, this is a good plug for that. Absolutely.
I want to end, because those are deep.
Yeah.
And I want to end on fun stuff.
Okay.
It would be a new venture fashion. So I want to ask, speak to the camera or speak to me or Nick, who's back here just, emceeing the whole thing. But speak in this direction or to the cameras and talk to the real estate community and give them an idea. Just give me your passion project pitch as to what working with Tamarra and the team, what does that mean to you?
Gosh. Okay, so when you work with T, you definitely get a genuine aloha spirit. I do truly love what I do, and I love the people that I work with. But the most important part is I've aligned with an incredible company, and that company has brought value. And I wholeheartedly believe in whatever I'm doing, if I can't produce value or give you value to help you leverage in your business, then it's not for me. So I've really been blessed to align with New Venture Escrow because we have so many tools and products that nobody else has access to or don't have the know-how to get there. And between my 30 years of experience in the real estate world and the tools and products and the backing of New Venture Escrow, it's a phenomenal team. You just got to give me that appointment. You just got to sit down with coffee or a happy hour. That's all you got to do.
I love that. All right,
without going into details, there's a lot we offer.
Yeah, I mean, look, I want a lunch or a coffee. So what is the most fun thing about your job?
Oh my gosh, the most fun thing? I have fun every day. It's the people. I do have to say, the events that we do, it brings, it's a lot of work. Not going to lie. There's sweat work in that too. But
what's the toughest part about your job?
The toughest part is the no's. I don't like no's. Yeah.
This nose?
Yeah. No, not this nose. I don't like the no's of, I have an in-house,
Oh, the nose.
I love everything that you're doing. You're doing everything so great, but I get a better split if I use the in-house, or I get a better this, or I get a better that. And it's like all this value, and I just don't get it.
We're still talking to highly productive agents here in all of Southern California. What are maybe the top two things that you see in the agent community for agents that are doing significant volume? What are they doing that might be different than...
What are they doing differently?
Yeah, what are they doing differently?
I definitely would say they're incorporating AI into their business.
In what ways?
In different marketing, for one. Literally just having very specific driven conversations, finding and narrowing down who their pool is, getting their branding tied in, narrowing down who they want to serve, right? I think the branding thing is it's a whole nother ball game in this industry, right? Agents work with anyone, they'll sell anything, right? But the reality is when they start to narrow down a particular market, and that gets picked up by the AI world and the Google searches and all of that, now all of a sudden they're getting lead gens that they didn't even know existed.
Yeah.
But to partner with people who are actually using these type of tools that our big producers are, the fact that we have AI in escrow. Who does that? It's amazing. I know. That's what I like. Go into that just real quick.
Okay. That is for another time. Okay. Check out our marketing. But I do have one question. We're ending on a fun note.
Okay, fun.
And I want this one to end on a personal note. So tell me one thing personal and one thing business that you haven't done this year that you want to get done by the end of the year, and it is very important, and that I can Nick,
you're really putting me on the...
And I can hold you accountable to.
Just repeat that one. You want me to give you a personal
and a business.
Yeah. And you're going to hold me accountable to it?
Well, once you put it out into the ecosystem,
and then
you only have 1 minute to get it all in.
Shit.
So.
Okay, so I want to get that extra, I guess it's 75,000 extra to reach that next threshold in my revenue.
Okay. So you have a business revenue goal that is very important to you that you've been working towards.
Yes.
Okay.
And I have been bugging you about getting some sort of partnership that we can start growing more north and getting some of that low hanging fruit that I've been feeling I just don't have time to get to.
And now you do.
Quick enough, and now I do. So I'm super pumped.
Good.
So the other one is going to definitely be more of the AI generation into my part of the business, into the daily tasks. We make a joke in the sales field, and it's like, oh, I'm such a squirrel. Like, you meet lots of squirrels. It's funny, but most salespeople are squirrely. Yeah. Even agents, they're very squirrely. Well, we're always having to pivot constantly, all day long, right? Yeah. Oh, someone canceled the meeting. Oh, well, this one's here. You're constantly pivoting, right? I want to use, and I know you're doing some amazing things with your AI, and it's really helping you. I really want to pick up some of that. So I've enrolled in a class. Like, there's just different things that I want to do. Yeah. Besides the basics. basics. You know,
Yeah.
we're all playing with
Totally.
Claude and chat and stuff, but I want to go deeper. So
Yeah.
that would be a big goal for me.
I love that.
Those 2 business goals. On a personal level, I really would love some sort of vacation. It can be small with my kids. Just
Oh,
a kid,
cool.
just take them to the beach here. It can be local. I just got to do something with the kiddos. It's hard to get all 3 of them together.
Yeah.
So that
I
would be
love that.
fun.
That's awesome. I want to help support in whatever way I can for all of those. And thank you. This has been really awesome. I'm glad we did this.
I am so happy to do. Thank you.
Yeah.
You're
thank
so
you.
busy. You're
Yeah.
always on the go. So I appreciate you.
Yeah. Well, we had fun, and there's always time.
I love you.
There's always
Hey,
time
one
with
last
you.
thing. What's your favorite genre of music?
Ooh, big country guy.
You are?
I love country.
Why would I not guess? Does that it surprises me? I love that you're a country guy. You know, okay, you went on a trip.
Going
Sorry,
to,
this is gonna be off.
Luke Bryant.
Oh, I love Luke Bryant. Love it. You're going?
Aldine. Yeah, Petco. And then doing, there's another one I'm going to in September.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah. Went to Nashville a month ago.
You went with an entrepreneur group or something?
Okay. Yeah, YPO.
Seeing you in that cowboy hat with the whole I was like, this is you.
It was very, very
Y'all,
natural.
in fact, do your Southern twang because it actually sounded really good.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
All right, that's where we're going to end it.